No. Let's try something else. Hit it, Joe.
Three idiots sharing memories with fans who watched the show. It's the best of both our worlds.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Best of Both Our Worlds, the official, unofficial Hannah Montana podcast, the show where three massive idiots share our memories of Hannah Montana with the fans so they get a chance to see the other side of the best damn Disney show ever. I am one of your hosts, Jason Earles. I play Jackson Rod Stewart on the show.
Thank you for maintaining your legal obligation
Yep.
to say it that way. I'm Shannon Flynn. I was a director and acting coach on the show.
And I'm Lee Tennessee. I was one of the writers and co-executive producers of the Hannah Montana television show. Howdy, folks.
You are the dumbest person I know, but
What?
Oh
no, guys. No, guys. It's me. I know you didn't. It's just the wig, guys.
Doug, I'm not gonna lie. I've fallen in love with you all over again. You are.
No, you wanna...
As if I couldn't love him anymore.
Dude, it's so good.
It's really...
Well, you guys in the episode that we're going to talk about, you guys do
Yeah.
this, right? You want your mullet back.
Yes. For anybody that's just listening and not watching, Doug rocked the intro with a massive mullet wig and glasses.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to keep it on as long as I can, but I had no idea. Miley, I'm so sorry. This is hot as hell.
Yeah.
This is hot.
I do appreciate you committing to the bit, though. It is,
Yeah.
It
Let's
is
see,
a good start to the episode.
See how long I can. But I have to talk like this the entire time.
Well, then you should probably take it off.
Okay, well, before we jump into today's little babow sweet niblet, we want to thank everyone so much for all of your support. Thank you. Your likes, your comments, questions, they mean the world to us, and we really, really do read them. So we'd like to start with our Hannah Montana Spotlight and share a few of our favorite fan comments.
And the first one is from Silly Savvy 19, who commented on YouTube. Those crossover episodes were my absolute favorite ever, seeing all my favorite shows come together. Best time ever, couldn't be topped. Except by the time that Doug put the wig on and
But I grabbed this comment because this episode is one of our crossover episodes
Yes.
with Sweet.
Yes.
So
Sort of, yeah.
I mean,
No, definitely.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
So-
it is. So and anytime we did crossover stuff, audiences loved it. So
Loved it,
so this comment
It makes
highlights
sense.
that.
It makes sense. It
I
makes
love that. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah.
Okay, and Olivia Dasovic on YouTube commented, Hannah Montana will always hold such a special place in my heart. My mom used to buy me so many Hannah Montana toys as presents. She passed away when I was 17 in 2015, and just reliving the show brings back her memory in so many ways. Thank you for this podcast.
Yeah, it's so sweet.
I took everything to not cry.
No, we used to make fun of ourselves a little bit on when we were doing the show that, it's not like we're curing cancer or whatever. We're just doing a kid show. But the truth is, a lot of people found such like solace in the show and had so much love for it for a million different reasons.
Yeah.
And I think this comment like just really reminded me of, we poke fun at it, but it really. Even this like means something now,
Yeah.
and
I told
I'm
you
excited
this-
to be able to do this. Yeah.
Yeah, I told you the story of my surgeon friend who saved that girl's life, and when I said I don't do anything with my life, and he said, I saved her life. You gave her a reason to live.
Yeah, it's
right. We
just
give
sweet.
people that hope, that fun thing to look
Yeah.
forward to.
Yeah, I think it's really sweet.
Yeah.
The next comment is from Nad 2510. Nad 2510 commented on the episode Flood of Noah Cameos, our YouTube episode. I really appreciated the dual messaging of the episode. When I first watched it when I was younger, it made me feel like Hannah Montana wasn't just a one-note episode type of show, and that it could go deeper and be more complex. I like that we got to see both Miley's and her dad's struggles and how they came together to resolve them both in the end. I think that was one of the things we talked about in that one, how it was nice to see the problem from both sides.
So if you're thinking that you would like to be featured in our Hannah Montana Spotlight, and as you can see, we really do read the comments,
We do. They're
please
great.
leave one or a review on YouTube or on Spotify. We are also on Apple Podcasts. We have a TikTok and Instagram and Facebook page. So wherever you are, please, please, please leave a comment and you're in the running. And we really do read them all. And make sure to check out our website, bestofbothourworlds.com, for all of the videos, behind the scenes photos. We have giveaways and merch.
Yes.
Merch,
ever evolving merch store.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So let's jump into it. We'll start with our little babao sweet niblets for this episode. Shannon, what is the name of this?
This
thing?
one is On the Road Again. It aired on July 28th, 2006. The writer was Stephen James Meyer, and the director was the fantabulous Roger Christensen. And there is some notable guest casts in here, and one of them happens to be the magnificent Ashley Tisdale.
She's in this? Okay. Oh, yeah, she is. Okay.
You know who else is in this? Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus. Okay, so what's the...
Well, this is a bit of a cheat because it's from the 1980 country hit On the Road Again. So we really didn't do much work here. We just ripped the song title.
You changed the punctuation.
Yeah, sure.
You put a comedic bend on it.
Sure.
With the question
Everyone noticed that. It was from the 1980 hit by Willie Nelson. If you don't know On the Road Again, it's a lovely country tune.
Yeah.
But we didn't do much work in creating this title. There was no creativity at all, pretty much.
You guys just cashed the check.
Yeah, we did.
Gotcha.
But I will say, this is one of my favorite episodes. I love it. And Steve Meyer, who's one of my favorite people.
Yeah. Excellent writer. Really, really good dude.
And changing the world now in different ways. So
my sweet niblet is a good one. I actually really like this one. Hopefully you guys enjoy it by the end as well. This episode features the classic Billy Ray Cyrus song, I Want My Mullet Back. Now, while Billy Ray does have one of the most famous mullets of all time, does anyone know historically why the mullet was invented in the first place? And for bonus points, who actually coined the term mullet for this particular hairstyle?
Oh, I don't know.
This is
but
a good
I
one.
would argue he's got the second best mullet.
You're such a dumb. All right. You are the worst. What is our secret title?
The secret title is... for this episode, this podcast episode, is the sweet cameos of Marty and Maddie.
I love it.
Yeah.
I had to go back and read it, even though I had it in my head.
Even though you wrote it.
It's okay.
Yes,
even though you wrote it.
I just want to make sure I got it right. So
Okay. You like to write things down.
Before we talk about what we remember and what we love and what we didn't love, which is not much, what's the synopsis?
Okay,
Remind people of what this episode
Here
was.
is a synopsis of what this episode's about, and it is a beautifully simple story, one of our best.
Agreed.
When Miley discovers that Robby gave up his career as rocker Robby Ray in order to raise her and Jackson, Miley feels guilty that she contributed to the death of her dad's dreams. In an attempt to rekindle her father's musical fire, Miley, I can't help but slide into the action.
Just do it.
Slide right into it.
Just do it.
In an attempt to rekindle her father's musical fire, Miley, with the help of Robby's former manager, Marty Klein, gets her father a week-long gig in San Diego. Robby is hesitant to leave Miley and Jackson alone until Miley gets Roxy to babysit while Robby is away. Miley and Jackson quickly learn that living with Roxy is a nightmare.
That's a hard time.
It is. But they endure the torture for the sake of their father. Jackson finally can't take it any longer and goes to San Diego to get his daddy back. But when the kids see Billy perform, they realize they can't kill his dream no matter how miserable they are. Besides, it's only a few more days. But when Marty offers Billy the chance to go on tour with Toby Keith, Miley struggles to be supportive, knowing this means more Roxy torture. Finally, Robby catches on and declines the tour. Miley feels guilty that she's ruining her father's dream, but Robby reminds Miley, raising her and Jackson is his dream.
Oh, it's so sweet.
It's
so
a
sweet.
good one, guys.
It is a good one.
It's
It
a
is
good
really
one.
good.
It's heartfelt.
It's
It's funny.
complex.
It's got some music.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a
baby.
winner.
It is.
Okay, so now that we remember what the episode was about, what's the...
Okay, now,
what's-
I just
what
want to
leaps
make sure.
out to
Can you take me seriously? Like this?
I can.
Okay.
I don't know if the audience can.
I want to know
can.
if y'all can take me seriously like this. Because this is serious. Because this is
You-
actually...
You can take it off if you want.
yeah,
You-
well-
and then we'll just... We can...
Okay, you want me to take... No, I'm going to leave it on.
Okay, leave
Okay.
it. All right.
You vote. Should I take it off? Okay.
Leave
All
in
right.
the comments.
I'm going to leave it on for a little while.
Okay.
We'll see how long it lasts. This is one of my absolute favorite stories for a variety of reasons. This is when we talk about the paradigm of Hannah episodes. This is it, man. There's an 1A story. Everyone is involved in it. It's funny as hell. It's got great guest cast. It tells us a story with this emotional base and a bottom to it. It has this heart. We don't build to a silly thing. We build to a nice conversation between Billy and Miley. It is everything we tried to be is right here in this episode. And we like to, in the writer's room, we like to, create these episodes from like real life moments. This was a real life moment. We talked in the writer's room always later on, not in this moment. But later on, we talk about how Billy sort of sacrificed so much to be on the show for Miley.
Yeah.
What we were recognizing at the time, remember, 6 months from when we wrote this, Miley's the biggest star on the planet, selling out, arenas all. Ticketmaster is changing the way they sell tickets for her. And Billy hadn't been on tour for a year because he had sacrificed to be in the show.
Yeah.
And we know how fickle the American audience is. And if you're not ever present, you lose your mojo.
This was also before social media where you could continue to be in people's
He just sort of
hands all the time.
disappeared.
Yeah.
Right.
Because going on kids television is not connecting with his country music audience.
Yeah.
Right? And he did it for her. So we sort of saw into the future when we thought about this episode, and we thought to ourselves, if this goes down this road, what would it be like? And so this episode came from the real life sacrifice Billy made to be on the show and help his daughter's career. And Miley recognizing that. And to a certain degree, that was just starting to happen when we thought of this episode. And one of the reasons I think this episode is such a success and why Billy's so good in it and why Miley's so good in it is because it resonated for them. It was a real life story that whether they were really going through it or whether they were just imagining themselves going through it, they nailed it. And it's because it's real.
Yeah.
So it was one of our biggest wins. And if you contrast this with what we talked about last week with the sort of generic oops, I did it again story, you can see the difference between what normal kids television, which is great, was and what we were trying to do on Hannah. This is what we were trying to do.
Right.
And this, on top of scoring with this episode, this was a crazy week. I mean, we had Ashley Tisdale, we had Marty Klein, Roxy, and this was the week the entire cast of High School Musical showed up to shoot that promo.
Yeah.
This week was insane.
Yeah, that was it. They came out at the end,
right
in the front of the. Well, no, actually, I'm not
was
sure.
before.
No, I think they came on Thursday. I don't think they were.
No, they were in front of the live audience.
Oh, they were.
Yeah, they were there with the live audience.
But it was before we started shooting.
Yeah, it
the
was
show.
before. It was after dinner, before the shoot started, I think.
Yeah, it
because I
was.
remember they came left, and then we had to shoot, right?
Yeah.
Right. That was.
And
that
I
was.
remember the audience being like out of their minds
Yes.
that they were there. They
Yeah.
absolutely lost it. And then I also, again, me putting myself in a position to be really embarrassed. That was post Irish Dance. And I remember as part of the promos, we were shooting promos with them.
Yes.
That's why they were there before the show.
Yeah.
I stood on the coffee table and I did the Irish Dance in front of the High School Musical kids. And I was like, well, they think I'm really cool now. I'm one of the cool kids. I fit in.
Oh yeah, we shot the Ashley stuff on Thursday though.
That's
what we
we
did.
shot her
yeah.
before, but the actual like High School Musical promos, we shot in front of the live audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High School Musical Kids was
Bonkers. It was crazy, and I was like, oh, let me just embarrass myself in front of Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens, and everyone just be,
it's fine.
I'm awesome, guys. No. We're all part of the channel. It's cool, whatever.
I love how you cared that what they thought, and you were like 10 years old. Like you're an adult and they're children, and you're like, I care what they think of me.
Don't. don't. Okay, keep going. Shannon, now that your memory has been refreshed, let's change the subject.
Yeah, so I loved this episode, of course. Yeah. Like, there's heart, there's humor, there's Roxy.
Yeah, I love Roxy.
I mean, it's got so much of what made this show so special and different from other things. And it was great to see Ashley again. I had worked when I was Lee's assistant on the Sweet Life pilot, and I had seen her from time to time, and her being on our show, it was just a really nice mini reunion with her, and she is a delight. And also so funny. That character on Sweet Life is just hilarious, and the way she can turn a joke just...
That whole cast is really talented.
Yeah,
Brian
100%.
Stepanek, Brenna Song, both the Sprouse twins.
Phil Lewis. Yeah,
Lewis.
just
it's
ridiculous. So good.
Yeah.
As I was watching this, I was like, was Marty Klein based on some character that Steve Peterman, our executive producer, was? Did Steve maybe audition for the role of Marty Klein? Because if I close my eyes and open my ears, I can hear Steve Peterman playing that role.
I think a lot of us had look, here's the weird thing I was going to talk about later, but I'll talk about it now. There's a weird rule in comedy, which is right. You can make fun of your own, right?
Yeah.
You know, we were all sort of, Hollywood Jews, right? So we can make fun of, the agent. We're Marty Klein. I'm a big time Hollywood Jew.
Yeah.
And we can make fun of that stereotype.
Yeah.
And but the truth is we all had agents and
that
managers
were like that.
Were that.
Yeah.
I will say Steve did pitch a lot of Marty Klein. I don't think there was a specific person he was talking. And I don't think he would have played the role, but he did pitch a lot of it.
But I will say, I've heard Steve say, kid, you're great. Anyway, it's like, and then also, do you remember? There's so much fun in this, especially the physical humor and the smart humor, and then the heart, is again what made this show so incredible. But do you remember how we shot the yoga?
Yeah.
The yoga bit with
with a
Roxy?
different person. Yeah.
Literally, there's somebody else dressed in the same stuff laying down behind her.
Yeah, with her legs
and throwing her legs over Roxy's shoulders.
Yeah. I think we tried it with a dummy, and it didn't work.
It didn't work.
And we had to get a real person in there.
Yeah.
It was really uncomfortable and weird.
And it was, but it was just, it was so.
Those are one of those funny things where when you're acting in the scene and you're watching it happen and you're trying to stay focused on Frances, who's playing Roxy, and there's a person just laying on the ground with their legs in the air. You're just like, this is
don't
so
notice.
bizarre.
Yeah, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think Frances was also pregnant when we were shooting.
I think so too. That sounds right.
That's with her first, and
possibly. God, everybody was pregnant, right, Shannon?
I know.
Because you were pregnant the whole time.
The whole time. That's fine.
Her body is a wonderland.
Your body is a wonderland.
Sigh. Anyway,
New
merch. There's a line in the lyrics for "I Want My Mullet Back" where Billy Ray says, "Fuzzy dice hanging loose and proud." I was like, we still talking about dice here?
My dad was a truck driver. They hang the.
I know,
but
dice,
this isn't as suggestive as I think some of the other stuff is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna defend it.
It's 100% means ball.
For me, the thing that I sort of, as my memory was refreshed on this one, it really is a huge contrast to last week. We've said that a couple of times. The story's better, the acting's better, the comedy's better. You can definitely tell that this one was recorded later and aired at the right time versus last week's, which was recorded earlier and then aired later, because you can just see how much more confident and comfortable Miley and Billy Ray are with the comedy and the pacing. And oftentimes it's not even so much how you deliver a joke, it's what you're doing between the jokes.
Yeah.
In the calm parts of the scene, are you still present and doing stuff? And they are more consistently doing that. So just across the board, better. One of the really small things that left out at me was when we're watching Robby Palooza in the living room, watching the Billy Ray's old, concert footage and stuff. Emily basically says to Billy, "You used to be so cool. What happened?" And then she catches herself and she makes this little caught face, but it's not Emily almost breaking. Mm-hmm. It is Lily catching herself and being a little embarrassed, and it's just a subtle little extra fun character beat that didn't exist in the first 5-6 episodes that became much, much more common by the time we got to this point in the series. So I loved seeing those little moments.
Do you
in this
attribute
episode.
that to her, Eugene, because Eugene, her dad, was helping her and he's brilliant, or Shannon, who was there too at that point?
I think all of it. I mean, I
Like,
definitely
all of it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think all of it. I definitely think that like Shannon was constantly reminding us of those things
Mm-hmm.
as we were on set, and she would watch rehearsals, and we're doing that stuff. I think her dad was always working stuff with her in the room. Like if they were not on set, they were
Yeah.
working stuff in the room.
Yeah,
And
I would see them backstage.
Yeah, so I think she was just getting like positively reinforced from so many different sides, and also too, I think just the initial shock of like, oh God, what is this format? What is this show? What am I doing? What is this character? Like wears off quickly when you're that professional, and so she can just be the character versus like working at the character.
Yeah.
and so many more of those moments.
Yeah.
crept through, but
Yeah.
I think it's to answer the question, it's a combination of
Okay,
all of it.
I agree.
fair enough.
Yeah. It was also, like you had mentioned, great to have Rox in the episode. So funny, so solid. I think that if your show can bring a reoccurring character back, and that reoccurring character can carry half of an episode
Yeah.
by herself, like
Amazing.
that's a coup. Like you've absolutely won the lottery.
Absolutely.
When you've got talent like that on the show. And then we do mention that this is a crossover episode with Sweet Life with Ashley Tisdale. These episodes are always talked about. I get so much fan feedback about these episodes. Really, really popular. I was curious, how are those chosen? Like, where does that come? Is Disney like, we're doing a summer promotion, it's going to be you, Sweet Life, and That's So Raven, and then these are the characters you're going to use, and who writes that? Because like, are you writing stuff for other shows? It sounds so
It is
wonky.
complicated. Okay, so usually it's for this particular one was just us writing the Tipton Hotel and
Okay.
getting Ashley to come in. This was strictly
Because it's a pretty straightforward one.
Yeah, very straightforward.
Yeah.
It wasn't the whole night. It didn't have to be organized between 4 shows. It was just, we're going to have her on our show and pretend we're at the Tipton.
Okay.
It was very simple, very easy. And I don't know if we pitched it or they pitched it, but it was just very quick little, this is what we're doing.
Did they get to approve whatever
Yeah.
you had her do on our show? So
Yeah,
that way it was
yes.
stayed in line with
The
their...
executive
I
the
do
writers
wonder,
there.
though, because High School Musical was so popular, as we were talking about before, that it really does, like, help
It does.
each other, right?
We
Like-
wanted that boost in promotion.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why we were doing it. Now the other ones, though, the Shooting Star,
Yeah.
and all those,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and the Rock, those were generated by Disney in their promotions department for exactly
Yes.
this reason, helping all the raise the level of all the shows. At that time, we were the biggest one, so it was grab the hand
Rising
audience,
tide, right?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
All ships, yep.
and those were really complicated because those they would give us the parameters of The Rock is on your show, and then you have to make it work. Or it was there is a shooting star that passes over the sky of all of the make it work, and then they'd have to approve all the outlines to make sure it all made sense, and then they would write. The show specifically would write Miley into Sweet Life, or we would write the Sprouse Twins into our show, and then we had to send that stuff to their executive producers.
Yeah.
They had to get our stuff. We had to approve what they were doing for us, and then
schedule everybody's talent
Yeah.
on the
right,
different
and
shows.
then
It just sounds like a nightmare.
one of us would go to their show and be on set when our actor was
Yeah.
there
Oh.
to protect, and then the guys from Sweet Life, I forgot their names. They came over to our set, and they would protect their actors essentially, so that the characters that they were in control of weren't saying or doing anything out of character. So it was really, the bigger ones were really complex. This was very simple.
Yeah.
We just had
It's two quick scenes.
right, and we had her
Yeah.
on our show. That was
Okay.
it.
Got it.
You know.
Yeah, we did this a few times, and some of them just seemed wildly complicated.
Yeah,
but they were. I feel like they were worth the effort for Disney
Oh, yeah.
because they would run those summer promotions, and like the ratings would be through the roof, and the
And it
fans
helped.
would love it.
The shows on the on the bottom of the scale got boosted,
Yeah.
which is exactly what they wanted.
Yeah, that makes sense. Watching it, I was so struck with Miley's wig in the first scene. It was crimped.
Yeah.
It had that wavy crimp thing, and I was
What's
like,
wrong with wigs, baby?
No, the wigs are great, but I was like, why is it? I just can't remember ever seeing the wig crimped before.
They're just trying to do different things,
yeah.
like to make it look just different than not,
Yeah,
you know,
I
the
don't know why that one
same
leapt out to
every
me.
single time.
I may do this, guys. Speaking of wigs, I made sure.
You can take it off. You
Hot.
can take it off.
It's hot.
No, we
got
did
it.
good. You
Take
did
it.
good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You committed to
Oh
the
my god.
bit
You
better
did
than I
it.
thought.
Oh my
you
god.
would.
No,
Well,
but I have to.
Kudos.
When Marty Klein comes in and he's all bent out of shape because his car's still running and gas is $3 a gallon, that hits a little different now, doesn't it?
$3 a gallon. By the way, I think in the writers' room we said $3 a gallon was too much.
You're
for
like,
the
that's
joke.
outrageous.
Yeah, it was too much for the joke. No one will ever believe it. You know. I mean,
Yeah, I would.
In Malibu? In
yeah.
this economy? Okay.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
it was ridiculous.
Yeah. Crazy. And then I remember, like you were saying, how funny it was to shoot that Roxy yoga scene was something that just remembering that person laying on the ground was very funny to me.
And then it cuts together, so it's seamless.
It's pretty
like,
funny.
It really
it worked
is
better than I
seamless.
thought it was at the time. I was like, this is gonna look like ass on camera,
Yeah,
but
no,
like,
and it didn't.
It looks
Great.
pretty funny.
I agree.
Okay, great memories. What did we do right? What did we do wrong? What would we do different? I'll start. What we did right, I loved seeing all the old pictures of Billy Ray.
Yeah.
And the old concert footage. I think that's total bonus production value. Again, lends credibility to the whole idea that he used to be a big deal because he used to be a big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I will say this though. I will say there was a lot of nervous moments where we were told, I believe it was Richard King. We were told, we can get it, and we can get it, we can get it, we can get it, So we shot an episode that was short because we
were going to fill it with
we were going to
concert
fill it with
stuff.
this concert
Oh.
footage, and there were times when I'm like, hey, we're not going to get it.
Well, I was going to ask you that. Like, what are the issues with that? Because like you're using so much of his stuff.
Right.
Does Billy Ray have to sign off on that? Is it something outside of Billy
It's
Ray's?
the record company.
So
and,
Disney had to negotiate totally outside of Billy to like get
right,
the
and
rights.
Billy said, you can have it. It's all fine. It's me. You can have it. But what he doesn't realize is there are other people who have to approve
Right.
this,
Okay.
right? And
Yeah.
eventually, Billy, he was right. He told them, let them have it, and it's fine.
But
there
also
were some
it did-
nervous
I mean,
moments.
we don't have to give me
Wow.
numbers, but was it expensive?
Yeah, you do have to pay money for it.
We
so.
still had to pay money for it, but it wasn't too expensive. Remember, we were on that fixed budget. We can't
Yeah.
go a dime over.
Yeah.
So that was our issue. If it was money, if we had all the money in the world, we would have paid for it.
Yeah.
And
Right.
we wouldn't have worried about it. But the thing we were worried about is they have to let us use it for pennies because
Right.
we only had pennies to spend.
Right.
So
When it came to I Want My Mullet Back, I know that was on that album that he released, right? And so he was working on that independently.
right.
When you guys had the idea for this episode, did you say, "Hey Billy, we got the story idea. You got a song?" Or did you say, "Hey Billy, how does that work? You take something that he's already doing in real life, and now it's the song he's doing in the episode.
Right.
Who approaches who offers who?
Well, I think in the writer's room, we were aware of the song when we were breaking the episode.
Okay.
We had heard of the song. We knew what he was doing.
yeah, he would always
Yeah.
go around and be like, "You guys want to hear my
Right.
want to hear my
Right,
track?
I
You wanna
remember
hear my
that.
song?"
And we
Which is great.
formulated the episode knowing we were going to hopefully be able to use that song, right?
Okay.
And we asked him, hey, we think, can we use your music? We have, when we first came up with the idea, we had to make sure it was okay with him anyway because we were going to use footage. We were going to call him.
Right.
And he was all on board. He loved the idea. And he was pitching stuff at that point. He was pitching. You could use it. And some of the stuff we used, some of the stuff we didn't. But that was one of the ones he was like, yeah, you can use this song and blah, blah, blah. But we knew about it beforehand too. So if it wasn't that song, it would have been something else.
Okay, that's good. But like the fact that it was the mullet song, that
It was
is what
perfect.
unlocked like the tag and like all
it
that
unlocked
stuff.
all the mullet.
Yeah.
So good.
That we as soon as we knew we got the song, then we could reverse engineer.
I just wasn't sure if it was a chicken or an egg thing. I was like, did he was like, hey guys, I got the song, put it in an episode, or if you were like, we want to
had
do
the
this
episode
with you.
and he
that's
offered
great.
up the song with
Right.
He seems to me like he was pretty generous about sharing his previous life with the show.
Yeah.
We made a couple of achy breaky jokes,
for sure.
him in giving us the footage. Like I that was one of the things I always like really like kind of loved and respected about.
He poked fun again. He poked fun at himself a lot.
Yeah.
And because he has that confidence, right?
Well, he should because
knows,
people
right?
some people like I usually get really really mad because people are like, oh, Billy Ray it's a one hit wonder, achy breaky, and it's like, bitch, go look at the statistics. It's like
No,
massive albums, major like
he has a
many,
greatest
many
hits
songs.
album, guys.
He has
Yeah.
You have to be huge to have a greatest hits album.
and also
for sure.
just listen to the sing.
Yeah.
Like the dude is so talented. Like so poking fun at yourself. I think because he knew what he had accomplished. He had like
Right.
Yeah, I mean, when you're at the top of a mountain, you can poke fun at yourself, right? Because you're not afraid of anything, right? And he could, and we love that. We love that he had a sense of humor about who he was.
But you could not have picked a better song for this episode.
No, it was so good.
It was perfect. But a lot of it was reverse engineered, right? As soon as we knew we had the song, then we could reverse engineer all the jokes.
I think it was really, really sweet that this premise of this was Miley and Jackson being so excited and encouraging Robby Ray to go back and chase this dream again. He'd been a good dad. He had done what he was supposed to do, and now it was time for him to go back and sort of relive this thing. And I actually sort of loved the fact that it took a show that was already like this aspirational series for kids, right? Miley's living the dream, and then gave them a secondary message of it's never too late to chase the dream.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's Billy Ray, who's already lived his life. And so if you're a parent and you're watching that, or you're in a different stage of your life and you go back and rewatch this episode, like it might speak to you in a totally different way and be like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not locked into whatever that life is. I just thought there was something really sweet about being able to touch both those things in this episode.
And I also felt it was sweet that the kids cared about their dad, right?
Yes.
They're teaching kids, your parents have a life.
Yeah.
They're not just, people in your house telling you, no, you can't do that, right?
Right.
They have dreams. They have life.
And sometimes it's okay and appropriate and right for you to sacrifice a little something for your parent. It's not always the other direction, which I think is really sweet.
Yeah.
And then the construction of this one, I love the fact that at this point, we can get away with there's no B story. It's just an A story.
Straight up.
Everything happens in the A story, and you don't need Hannah Montana to arbitrarily solve the problem. She shows up in the opening. It's where we get the information that Robby Ray used to be a big deal.
Yep.
And now he's not, and is no longer required for the episode. And yet the episode is still a fantastic Hannah Montana episode because, as we know, it's not a show about a girl that's aspirational pop star. It is a show about relationships and the way these people feel about each other.
Yep.
And I thought that it was so great to see the episode. This is one of the episodes where we see the show becoming that.
Right.
You can grow out of. You don't need to have crazy BC stories going on, and you don't need to have every solution coming down to Hannah Montana solving it. I love that.
And I will say, though, the construction of it in terms of shootability was a lot of it rode on, we have the B story, essentially, the time was Billy Ray. Yeah. Right, singing and the clips and all that stuff. So if we didn't get that stuff, we were going to be screwed. So. But we did construct it in a way that we could shoot it.
I was going to say at this point too, because their acting was so good and everybody it was becoming a well-oiled machine. You knew that you would be able to get what you needed in the time that you had. Yeah. So that's.
So those are things that I thought we did right that I loved. Doug, what did you...
The story construction, again, it was really, really, really well done. Having everybody in the A story, I loved. I love good storytelling when at the end of that cold open, boom, 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 goes out on, oh shit, Miley has a problem. Yeah. And this is, oh my God, I ruined my father's dream, basically. He gave up his dream for me, boom, boom, boom. And that is good storytelling. Yeah. And I love that. And then just personally, this is, there are a bunch of firsts. We had Roxy and Marty, but there are a bunch of Roxy firsts in here.
Yeah, I know.
I got my eyes on you. And this is the first, Roxy like a puma. And that line was just everywhere in my brain. And I love it. And this we talked about it in a previous podcast. My favorite Roxy line of all time. Roxy likes a big drink, but the big drink don't like Roxy. I swear to God, she's a 57-year-old Jew. Because...
She's literally, she crushes every one of those lines. You can any catchphrase, anything she says instantly becomes a catchphrase.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, just personally, little teeny things. I mean, overall story construction, and this is a really well done episode, but some of the stuff that I think we did right. We have this really funny tag. The mullet tag is so funny.
So good.
And then and then we top ourselves with the arm farts.
Yeah, but it's reincorporation too, which is so incredible. It is so payoff.
Kudos to us for bringing the arm fart back.
And for somebody who's not musically inclined, I'm on beat.
Yeah, I know. It's really good.
That's because it dubbed in. Anyway.
They did it exactly when I did it, Doug.
All right, whatever.
Yeah.
Watch the footage.
And also, there's a funny line when he's like, when you're like, and when I'm really moist or when I'm really
clammy, I think
clammy,
yeah.
that I can do it behind my
knees.
knee. And then Billy Ray's, careful, son, you don't want to get a rash again. Like there's like it's happened so many times before.
Oh,
yeah.
But for me, I love watching Billy Ray perform.
Yeah.
He is so in his element, and he just performed, and the background was so into it too, and you could just feel that electric connection between him and the audience that he was playing for, and it was just, he just really is beautiful. It's beautiful. And then like everything else that you guys are going to say, it's just such a well done episode.
Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff in this one.
A lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff.
But what did we do wrong? Not a lot. Although I do have a couple of questions.
Okay.
One, why would we have to wait to see Robby Ray? Why did we have to wait 5 days to actually go down there? Because it's the weekend. Cooper's throwing a party. I could go to Cooper's party. A bunch of kids show up in the middle of the day to take me to the movies. I could have gone to the movies with them. Why couldn't we just be in San Diego for the whole thing?
Yeah, at school.
But we literally say it's the weekend. You guys want to hang out with your friends. You probably want to do something. You want to go to the movies. Like Roxy will go to the movies with you.
Yeah.
You know, Robby was just coming back to performing, and he didn't want you to see the green episode.
All right.
Or the green performance.
There
he wanted to be rehearsed and ready to go when his kids came down.
All right.
He was working out kinks.
It's a little bit of a leap for me that like they couldn't just go, but I'll accept it for now.
Okay.
But here's the big one. I'm gonna set you up here.
Are you gonna set me up on this one?
This is where we take a little bit of a detour. Okay, so I need to hear the entire story about this Robby Ray thing. It is crazy to me.
Right.
Suddenly, after 11 episodes, Robby Ray, who's the manager of Hannah Montana, is also a famous musician. Was he always a famous musician? Because I don't remember that.
Okay,
I know that he wrote Hannah Montana stuff, but
Right.
suddenly now he's like somebody that you would recognize by voice.
Right.
He's that famous. And it also plays into my initial confusion of those first episodes where he's the security guard and he has the disguise. And it's like at one point we pivoted away from being security and now he's being her manager.
Right.
Everything about this secret shit with Robby Ray makes me mental. What the hell are you guys thinking in this episode?
Okay, so
please help me understand.
Okay, so this is the only thing about this episode I don't like.
Okay.
And all cards on the table. I almost quit the show. I walked out of the writer's room during an argument about this, and Steve Peterman literally had to come to my office as I was packing up and pull me back in for a comment. Okay, so I had yes, we made mistakes. And Robby Ray started as her manager. Then we transitioned him to started as her bodyguard. And then we transitioned him to her manager.
Right.
And then we said he wrote her songs.
Which was fine. That's a behind-the-scenes thing.
This is all behind the scenes.
Yeah, nobody
knows about this, right? Which all is consistent.
Yeah.
Then we said he wrote the songs and is her manager because he's Robby Ray, the former rock star.
When did we say that?
In this episode.
Okay, see, this is where I'm getting...
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
this is the beginning of my, I'm going to kill myself.
When we're writing this episode.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Still, totally works, right? Now, the box we've painted ourselves in is Robby Ray, the former musician, is Miley Stewart's father.
Yes.
Right.
Right. And Hannah Montana's manager and songwriter.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. That's what we do in here, and I want to kill myself.
Yes.
Because that is 1 degree of separation. Miley and Hannah must know each other.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so I had a big problem with that.
Yeah.
Right? And I wanted to walk out of the room because I said, that's too close. That makes no sense. And the pushback I got was, they don't, most people don't know. I'm like, okay.
There's a riot at the school because somebody has her scarf.
It doesn't make
fuck's sake.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
the idea that Miley's dad knows Hannah,
Right.
well, like she'd be the most popular girl in school
Right.
by default.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I hadn't walked out of the room yet. You want to know what I walked out of the room on? Ashley Tisdale shows up and is Hannah Montana's friend. right?
Right.
Out of the bathroom, or the other part of that hotel room, comes Robby Ray.
Stewart.
No, comes Robby Ray Stewart, who, in the original script, Hannah Montana introduces as her father.
Oh.
And I went, no, it's Miley's dad. And they're like, well, how can she share a hotel room with him? And I went, have him come in the other door. What the You can't have him be Miley's dad and Hannah's dad.
Yeah.
And the argument in the writer's room got very heated to the point where I said, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And Peterman had to pull me in. And the compromise was, if you watch that scene, she never says that Robby Ray, a grown 40-year-old man who kisses her on the head in that scene and says,
calls her
darling, and shares a hotel room with her, is her dad. It's her manager. Makes it 1,000 times worse, but at least the logic makes... And I wanted to kill myself this whole episode for that. Now, take that out.
Yeah.
I love this episode.
It is such a shocking thing because I do like this episode is a 9 out of 10, a 9.5 out of 10.
9.5, just that half.
But this beat is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
And the pitch to say he's my dad, Robby Ray was Hannah's dad, was all because of the blocking. And I'm like, unblock the damn fucking
that
scene.
door, walk out that door.
Come in from your hotel room.
Yeah.
Not from the hotel room you're all in.
Yeah, but then she goes on to say
Yeah.
that, like, what happened, what happened? Like, whatever, my mom thought you were dead, that kind of funny stuff. And he's like, oh, I gave it all up.
Right, but he doesn't say for his daughter. He gave it all up for her, for this person.
Yeah, to be the manager.
To be the
of
manager
Hannah
of Hannah Montana.
Oh
He doesn't say my daughter Hannah Montana. To Ash.
No, but wraps his arm around her and kisses her
and
on
kisses
the
her
head.
like
Can I make a
for
confession?
his lover. I don't know what.
Can I make a confession?
Yeah.
I realized this week when I was watching this, one of the reasons why this didn't bump me so much back in the day.
Yeah.
And I'm really embarrassed by this.
Yeah.
I forever thought that Miley Stewart's dad, Robby Ray Stewart, was Hannah Montana's manager. And anytime he was Hannah Montana's manager, he was in disguise like Mike Stanley and Lola. That he would put a mustache on.
Well, that was the original.
And so...
That was what we thought. Right.
Right. And so I never decoupled that. And so every time for the rest of the series... he was in that capacity, I just was like, oh, he's in disguise, so it's fine. Not realizing that is not what we did. Right. And so on rewatch, I am angry. I'm just like, this shit is like so frustratingly complicated for no reason.
Right.
Right. No, it is that thing that I almost quit over, and I still get irrationally angry about. Yeah. And we talk about all the mistakes we made with The Secret.
Right.
This is the big one.
Yeah.
This is the one.
Could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
By 1 degree.
But it could have been worse by 1 degree, but it is still terrible.
It's egregious.
Yeah.
It's egregious.
But also, like, let's, all the musical instruments and all of the things and all the stuff in the house, and his name is Robby Ray.
You come over to the house. All of your friends come to your house for your birthday, where Amber and Ashley are there. Like, this whole thing is happening. People are in your house. They know Robby Ray is your dad. It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
I don't even.
All right, so can we move on to something else that I didn't like?
Let's do something else. Yeah.
I didn't. They were funny. Why do we have? Okay, so the reason that those Swedes, the Swedes,
yes,
the reason the Swedes can't act at all. I mean, no offense, they're lovely and they were models and they came from a modeling agency, not an acting agency, was because we wanted triplets.
Yes.
Why do they need to be triplets? Why couldn't they have just been one Swede who acted?
Why are you the dumbest person in this room? You are so... I have never disagreed with you more about anything in my life.
God.
I love the International House of Nannies.
Okay.
I love the fact that Jackson's solution to the problem is not 1, not 2, but 3 Swedish nannies.
All right.
It is...
All right.
Chef's kiss, the single greatest decision Jackson made.
Yeah.
Well, we could have cast better than.
No. They, in a way,
Absolutely
it
not.
would have been less charming if they were better actresses. They were
It is
They
pure
were okay, all right.
Jackson, schemer, genius,
Dude,
playing
if
his
they-
dad, knowing all of the things. It was.
And Billy Ray is so funny in the scene. If you watch him, he even like has this funny giggle to himself about like, son, I cannot leave you with these three. It's the delivery is
I
so
know.
cute. There's a little giggle in his voice that feels very like it's just very heartwarming.
Nice try. Yeah,
nice try, you horny bastard. He's like, this is not happening.
Can we do a 5-minute webisode on what that week would have looked like if they would have been his nanny?
Oh my god!
Oh
Can
my
we
God.
track down the Swedes? They're
Yeah,
probably
let's
like
do it.
60 now.
Yeah. Running lines with
Hey.
them was kind of interesting too. Like
Oh.
trying to get them to.
Oh.
But then also trying to
Yeah.
run Swedish with Billy Ray.
Oh God!
Dude,
Like-
the Swedes is horrible.
That was
I
so
was
funny.
huge in Sweden. So.
And I don't think they needed to act well.
No, they didn't.
And you know, okay.
I just personally had it.
Here's the thing. Here are my things.
Okay.
That were the blondes are big this year line. Like when Marty Ray hands.
Marty Klein.
Marty
Ray.
What? When Marty Klein hands Lily his card
Yeah.
and says, "Call me. Blondes are big this year." I was like, that just seemed a little.
It's a Hannah Montana joke.
I know, but it's a little skeevy.
Because duh.
And then, did I mention? Do I mention up shooting into Jason's crotch while they're doing yoga, like right down the barrel into your dark nethers,
Yeah.
right there?
Why are
Yeah.
we still talking about Jason's balls?
I don't know.
Just-
The camera was focused on the jewels a little
a little too
too
stayed
often
on that,
this
stayed
first
on
season.
that. Yeah. Anyway, and then also the flipper was still terrible.
Yeah, her flipper was rough. Things that we would do differently.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I just say, I think it's absolutely hilarious that there's just a random ass group of people that show up at my door to take me to the movies.
Yeah.
I was like, who the hell are these people? Why couldn't Cooper come over? Had we fired Cooper or something at that
we
point?
must have.
Was there no, was he,
Maybe
his
he was
salary
booked on
demands
something
were
else.
too high?
Yeah.
I watched it. Every time I see something like that, I'm just like, can we please just use Cooper?
Yeah.
I love that dude. And then I was a little conflicted with Jackson and Miley actually going after Billy Ray in this episode. I know that Roxy is overbearing and she's not fun to be with. Mm-hmm. But Miley, like, very specifically is like, this isn't about us. It's about him. He, like, deserves this. And usually Jackson, for all of his shenanigans, he has more emotional intelligence than that. He's the one that says, Miley, it's been 3 years. He's probably lonely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the idea that after a night with Roxy, he would be willing to, like, kind of take that away from his dad is a little surprising to me. And then it also bumps me a little bit that Roxy overhears everything. She knows why I'm leaving and that my intent is to go get Robby Ray and Miley's going to go after me. And she drives with us to basically go down there. She's the cause of the problem. She should just not be so overbearing.
Right. No.
The idea that she's like, no, you're right. I am a problem, but let's go mess with Robby Ray is like, I think just the sequence or the logic there. I don't know if there was a way to massage that a little bit more realistically, but that was something that I would probably change. Yeah. I would tinker with a little bit in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I particularly I would rewrite the opening scene. Obviously,
Yeah.
I would use that scene to solidify who they all are in relationship to each other in a believable and logically friendly, not insane way.
Got it.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
That's.
And then there was talk, speaking of that moment, there was talk of Miley being the one to crack, right? Mm-hmm. But there was a kind of a repeat feel to the beat. If Miley was the one to crack and go down, and then when she saw him, she went, oh, no, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Then later, it was kind of a repeat
No, I
beat.
think it's
So,
better to have
yeah.
Jackson be the one that snaps first.
For me, little things. Pack the suitcase with more stuff because it was clear that
You can
you could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could close
Or
it.
use a different suitcase, or it's just little stupid things like that. I would have figured out something else besides Maddie jumping up and down on the suitcase. My kids were like a little put off by that. They were like, "What the hell is going on?" Because she's also in a miniskirt. And
I know
it's
that
a
whole
little-
sequence. I was just like, it's not my favorite.
And then, okay, fine. If you're gonna do Blondes Are Big this year, why the hell didn't Marty Klein come out with his card at the end before the Swedish models walked off?
yeah.
And he could have been like, Blondes Are Big this year. Like, it could have been a reincorporation.
That would have been
that
fun.
would have been
Again,
pitch.
where were you when
Good pitch.
we were writing
Good
this?
pitch. Good pitch.
And then I would have put better background with Marty at the table, because the people that were at the table with him just looked bored out of their minds. Like, it was just, I know it was a cutaway. They probably weren't really listening to Billy Ray, and it might have been different, but they just, damn.
One of my
bored.
favorite
It was
games in television is watching. If I've already seen an episode,
Yes.
is watching background.
Yeah.
Yep, I love it too.
Because some of them are acting and they're great. Austin Butler, acting, great, and some of them are
Hundreds of episodes.
hundreds of
this guy.
and
Yeah.
some of them are just.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
it is fantastic.
It can be, but anyway.
All right. This is a
Yeah,
good
Yeah,
one.
it's good.
definitely 9 out of 10.
We'll do a couple of audience things. Well, actually, one big one. Laquan Suarez asked on YouTube. First, happy belated birthday, Jason. That's me. It was my birthday a little while ago.
So you picked a comment where they said happy birthday.
I'm trying to read the whole comment. That's not what the comment's about. All right. When I was a young boy, you brought Jackson to life in all 4 seasons plus the Hannah Montana movie. I have a question. What was it like to watch Miley Cyrus grow up from season 1 through 4? And then the B side of this, and I bring this up because you have a special connection. What was it like working with Madison Pettis, even though I didn't actually work with her? And did you know she would be a Disney icon later on down the line? So first part, Miley Cyrus, watching her grow up. I think for me, it was just really fun to watch her just sort of grow into the superstar part of it. Like, I remember when the show first came out, the world looked at her like a superstar, but she was still figuring it out. Like, her early concerts, she was like, she's entertaining, but she's like, they're small concerts. But like by the end, she's like commanding stadiums and putting on like a hell of a show. And I think just watching her evolve as a performer was one of the most gratifying, fun things for me over the course of the 4 seasons. Any
No, all I would say is, like, no matter what was happening out there, being on set with her for all 4 seasons, that was a really safe place. You know what I mean? And like, who she was, she could be loose and like free when she was on set with us, because like we had such a nice, amazing group of people who were working on the show. So no matter how big she got out in the world, I always felt like her doing the show was a really great place. And she is who what you see is what you get with Miley, and that did not change.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's my big takeaway from the whole experience with her was that I was sort of in awe of her, even when she was 13 years old, that she was who she is.
Yeah.
And she was unabashedly. She was not afraid to be who she was, which most 13-year-old girls are. Yeah. And I was in awe of her confidence and her just sort of resolve to be like, this is me, you have to adapt, because and to a certain degree we always talked about, and it's no slight on Tish or Billy, but she was the adult in the family, right? She was the one who was just, this is it. Right? And I sort of admired her for that from the very beginning. So did she grow and change? Sure, but I thought she was that way from 13.
Yeah, but one thing I will say though is that she still had chores to do at home.
No, true.
She still had to take Noah to school. She still had to clean her own bathroom. She still had, there was stuff that she like.
Yeah.
So you have a special connection to Madison. I always loved Madison ever since she was like little, doing like the Tooth Fairy movie with The Rock and stuff. And I thought she was the best part of.
It was Game Plan with The Rock, right?
Or Game Plan, yeah. And I always thought she was the best part of the Corey in the House.
Yeah. I worked with her on Life with Boys up in, we shot it in Toronto with Tori Webster, and she was great. We were, we're trapped in Canada for 2 years, essentially. Not that it's not lovely in Canada, but, just being away from home. And she was great, and her mom is great.
Her mom is
terrific.
A delight.
And Madison, the thing that I love is when and it happened on this show too. Tori and Madison became friends on the show. They were the two sort of female leads, and they're still friends today. Yeah. Like they still hang out today, and I love that. I mean, if we did nothing else, we created this friendship between these two girls, and she's terrific. She again.
Did you work with?
Yeah, I got to work with her on a movie called Mostly Ghostly.
Okay.
And she was, again, it was just with Luke Benward and David DeLuise was in it, Kim
David.
Rhodes, and again, it was just. It was incredible. Yeah.
I just always found her really professional and really sweet. She never seemed to like be the type that was like overly demanding or difficult to work with. I just thought she was really sweet.
Silly and goofy and comfortable with herself.
Yeah, that's the most important thing I would say is even at that young age, she was so comfortable with herself.
It's a very Miley trait.
So Dougie, what is the title and why is it the title? It's pretty obvious.
It's sweet cameos of Marty and Maddie. It's a little play on the Sweet Life. Because of our little crossover. And Marty and Maddie were our two little cameos with Marty Klein. And Ashley Tisdale.
Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, are you guys ready for a little mullet history?
Oh, God, I can't wait.
Okay, so like I said, I Want My Mullet Back. I Want My Mullet Back is the big song in this episode. I'm going to give you a little perspective. Originally, the short in the front, long in the back hairstyle was used by Vikings, ancient Celts, Greek and Roman soldiers to keep their vision clear while offering some protection for their necks from the elements. Oh. The hairstyle is actually described in Homer's The Iliad. So it's been around for a minute. And while David Bowie famously rocked one with his Ziggy Stardust persona, it was actually the Beastie Boys who are credited by the Oxford English Dictionary as the ones who first immortalized the term mullet in print with their 1994 track Mullet Head. So you can thank the Beastie Boys for the mullet.
Yeah.
That's
a pretty good one, right?
No Sleep Till Brooklyn, baby.
Sabotage!
So good.
That is so good.
That is so really good.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my question. Well, so a very small part of this episode was realizing that there is no way in hell you were going to spend a week with a person in your home that way.
That you love.
That you love.
Like
Absolutely
Roxy,
love.
Yeah.
You love Roxy. Can't spend a week with her.
Yeah.
So who do you love that you can't spend a week with?
Who do you?
I'm asking you.
No, I'm gonna end because I'm the funny one. So you clowns go first.
But here's the problem with answering that question, Shannon. My mother's gonna get so mad at me by saying
you're like I can't spend a week.
She's gonna be like, "What?" I love you, Mom. I don't want to go on a cruise with you or anything. I'm just saying. We're not sharing a stateroom. You can have your own room. I'm just saying.
I love you, John, and I don't know if we could spend a week together. You guys have met
Chef John?
Just Chef John Joe. I don't know if we could spend a week together I don't know.
That's that brother-sister thing.
I know, right? I think we would revert into our brother-sister stuff. Maybe not. Maybe, but like that's the first one top of mind. I love you, John.
Yeah,
I love you.
Yeah, and my first wife. That's the answer. Just kidding. You're good peeps. You're good peeps. You're good peeps. Okay, I think we did it.
We did it. Hooray!
I love this episode. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for bringing the wig, Doug.
What wig?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I love it so much. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. This really is such a joy for us, and we're glad we get to share this with you. If you want to watch the pod, make sure to subscribe on Best of Both Our Worlds YouTube channel. Click all the buttons, help us out. Let's game the algorithm. Comment, subscribe, share with your friends, all that stuff. Follow the show on Instagram at Best of Both Our Worlds Podcast, on TikTok at Best of Both Our Worlds, and on X at Babao Podcast. Don't do that. Exactly. X. Whatever. Okay, and then also make sure you check us out on bestofbothourworlds.com. Hit up the website. Lots of cool stuff on there. I think you'll love it. This has been Best of Both Our Worlds, created and hosted by Jason Earles, Douglas Danger Lieblein, and Shannon Flynn. Produced by Jeffrey Murphy, filmed, edited, and finished at Quest Pacifica, with special thanks to Katie Boyum and Lee Anthony Smith.
Yo, Lee!
Lee! Original music by Joe Serafini. Social media strategy by Shelby Stahl and Beloved Social. And Dougie, I believe.
And with that, good day, Daddy. I said good day. Woo!
So good. So good.
How long can I hold it? Keep your arms, legs, feet, and paddles inside. Yeah, keep your arms, legs, feet, and hands inside the vehicle at all times. This is the wildest podcast in the wilderness.
So good.
Oh, you do get red when you do that.
I know you do.
You do get a little red.
It's the best about